Great. All right, so we're focused today on the notion of that there's a box between my shoulder and my hips that I can choose to organize, helpful for posture. We will start supine and have 2 blocks available. So just settling yourself down. I like to lift my hips and lengthen my tailbone underneath me. Feel these hip bones lift up a little bit and then settle myself down. Same thing, I can lift my rib cage and then settle my shoulders down so my shoulder blades are flat underneath me and my arm bones are in the socket. So they kind of, there's a way in which my shoulders feel rather than being up or kind of dropped back on the mat. If I can accomplish that, everybody will be a little bit different there. And then just in this supine position, come into your breath, start to kind of deepen your breath as I talk. And we want to just feel how, so if you start with the awareness of the shoulders, inhale, nostrils, the air comes down my throat, comes into my lungs, and the movement of my ribs can sort of feel into my shoulders. So just have another couple of inhales where you just notice that. And then gradually start to deepen your breath. So we're going to bring the breath down towards the hips. So the diaphragm more fully activated. On the inhalation, the diaphragm contracts and pushes down towards the pelvic floor. On the exhalation, the diaphragm relaxes and draws back up to right underneath the ribs. Parachute-like muscle. And so see if you can feel like you can get the air down to where your hip points are, which is your lower abdominal area. And you might also notice as you inhale that kind of air goes everywhere, right? So it kind of can go into your shoulders, it can go into your side body, go into your belly, go into your back, right? So just sort of notice that with a few more cycles of breath. Just want to say that in a lot of ways, the breath is also a partner to our posture, because if we're standing up nice and level and with a neutral body, we can inhale, we can and exhale pretty freely. If I'm more crunched over in a particular way, it really actually limits the ability for my breath. So the breath is a partner to posture. I think interesting to think about. So feeling all this organized, let's have our feet underneath our knees and let's go into bridge. So what's going to happen is let's inhale on the ground. Let's exhale and push your feet and then lift these hip points straight up until your knees are in line with your shoulders. So you've elevated the box, but the box is still here, right? Both my shoulders and my hips are still aimed straight up, and then I can inhale and come down. Keep going with the breath. Catch up with me if I talk too long for your breath. So it's an exhale to come up, it's an inhale to come down. And just sort of feel that notion of you kind of, you're lifting the box and lowering the box. Lifting and lowering, but we're keeping the relationship, right? So we're gonna just pay attention to when we bend or twist the box and when we keep it even. A couple more times. And let's come on down. Go ahead and hug in your knees, right? So the box is underneath you. Rock your sacrum a little bit. And let us come around. Let us sit next first. So you could rock up or you could roll to your side, whatever you'd like to do to just sit up. And let's have the right leg in front for starters. And so sit up nice and tall. So here we've got the box in a different position, but there it is, right? So here's my hips facing front, here are my shoulders facing front. So the box is functioning in this seated position. And let me just demonstrate. So what I mean by, so if I go like this, I've kind of scrunched the box, right? If I kind of come into this normal sitting at my desk position, I've scrunched the box. Whereas if I lift my shoulders up, I've straightened out the box. And now let's do a couple of moves that will move the box deliberately. So right leg's in front. Let's inhale our arms up. Let's exhale and side stretch over. So I'm tipping the box, but my hips and my shoulders are still aimed in the same direction. And let's inhale up. Now I'm going to twist the box. I'm going to turn my shoulders and my rib cage and my neck to the right. And my hips are not going to move. So I've twisted the box very deliberately. And then inhale back up. Let's take the side stretch again. So just feeling this motion in your body. Still my shoulders are up, shoulder blades drawn back down my back. So they're level above my hips, even though I've come into that twist. One more time to the side. Up, and let's take the twist. Great, and inhale up. So free your legs for a moment. I should say I've got these yoga toe socks on. You're wondering why I've got socks on. And now when we cross again, left legs in front. And we will organize my shirts and inhale. Let's side stretch to the left this time. The right hip stays down. So the hips and the shoulders are square in this side stretch. Inhale up, exhale, take the twist. Hips are forward, shoulders turn to the side. Inhale, tip the box. Inhale, exhale, twist the box. And inhale, last time, let's side bend the box and inhale up. And then one more time, twist the box. And come back to center. From there, now let's come on to all fours, just coming right around. So my hands are underneath my shoulders, my knees are underneath my hips. If I need to be on fist, I can certainly be on fist if I've got some wrist difficulties. And let us here really lengthen my tailbone. And picture that there are flashlights on your hips. So the two flashlights are aimed straight down. And then similarly, your shoulders are right here. So the flashlights would aim straight down onto the back of your palm. So the box has just been inverted, but it's organized. And let us come into cat and cow. So in cat and cow, we are going to curve and wriggle the box, right? If that makes sense. So let's go ahead and inhale. So I'm lifting my pelvis, I'm pulling my hips up, dropping my belly, pulling my shoulders back and lifting my head. So I've stretched the box into this back bend-like position. Then I'm going to exhale and pull my belly button towards my spine as I drop my pelvis and drop my head, and my shoulders come forward a little bit, and I've curved the box in the opposite direction. So keep going, having this awareness of what is happening to your box shape in your cat and your cow. And the reason I like to have this kind of practice with this kind of postural focus is that I'm in the hopes that I'm sort of empowering you to have the awareness of what your shape is, depending on what you're doing. Let's take two more just like this. And then let's inhale and finding neutral. Bird dog is a great friend of the box shape, right? So feel your box underneath you, and we're going to maintain that as I inhale and float my left arm up and my right leg up. So just notice the box shape here. Exhale to come back in. Inhale, second side. And come back in. So I'm going to do it wrong. So if I go like this, I've pulled the box out, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep that nice and squared. And same thing, I can sort of do something wacky with my shoulder, right? Nope, keep it square. One more time each side. And we're gonna kind of build this bird dog up through our practice. All right, great. Let's take a little child pose break. So toes together, knees apart. Slide on back, reach down forward. And you can flip your wrist around, just release any tension in the wrist. Few cycles of breath here. Let's inhale up. Let's tuck our toes. So we're going to think next about downward facing dog. So feel strong in your hands, strong in your arms, strong in your shoulders underneath you. Toes are tucked. Ready to inhale to lift my knees and lift my hips. And then once I get up there, go ahead and so your chest is melting towards your thighs, and feel what the box shape is now, because I feel like I still have a box, but it's inverted. Keep breathing. And then let's find a cease pedaling and just inhale and really lift your hips up. So you're changing the angle of the box, but you still have the box. Everything, hips and shoulders are still square to each other and to the mat. Let's inhale here. Put our mouths in, exhale. Great. Let's inhale our right leg up. Exhale, step our right foot forward. Drop our left knee down and do it at an angle where you can stretch this hip flexor. And let's inhale and lean forward. So what's your box? So I'm still square. Inhale here. Let's exhale and push back to a half split. Exhale, push back to a half split. So again, there's this, so the box is still there. Good. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And inhale forward. Have your hands established so you can tuck the back toe. Let's inhale back up into downward facing dog. And exhale. Inhale the left leg up this time. Exhale, step the left foot forward, dropping the right knee. Same kind of hip flexor stretching angle. Let's inhale, feel the box going forward. Exhale, feel the shift in the box position to go back into the half split. Inhale forward, exhale. Inhale forward. Exhale. Then inhale forward. Hands are solid, tuck the toes so I can inhale up into my downward facing dog. And exhale. All right, now let's see what plank feels like. So let's inhale here and then exhale, come forward to a plank. Oh, where's the box? Right underneath you. Inhale up to down dog. Exhale forward to plank. Inhale, down dog. Exhale forward to plank. Now let's lower ourselves to the ground prone. So either a full chaturanga, half chaturanga, or drop your knees and drop your chest, whatever suits you to lower yourself down to the ground. And hands are underneath my shoulders. My head is hovering, neck in line with my spine. Feel my tailbone long here too. So you feel the length of your whole spine. The box is now in the same shape, flat on the ground. And let's come into a back bend with cobra. So we're going to lift the shoulders, leaving the hips where they are. Let's inhale, lift the shoulders as high as you want to come. Keep those elbows tucked in. So there's the box shape elevated in the back bend. Exhale, come on down. A couple more like that. Inhale up. Exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale down. Beautiful. Now, let's lift our arms ahead of us. So this is kind of a swimming-like thing. This is a swimming-like bird dog prone, right? So again, feel how your hips are square with the ground. Your shoulders are square with the ground. And let's lift alternating arms and legs. So I'm going to lift my left arm and my right leg. And my head comes up. And then everything's down and opposite and down. So it's like this funny kind of slow swimming gesture. Again, feeling the evenness of the position of the shoulders and the hips. Couple more times. Okay. Now bring the hands back underneath you. Let's tuck our toes. Our aim is to come back up into downward facing dog. So maybe I go through plank, maybe I go through all four. So I'll do what suits me here. Work my way up to a downward facing dog. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Let's inhale on our tippy toes. Exhale, walk me forward. However many steps it takes me to walk forward into a forward fold. So the hips are hinged. Knees are bent, ankles are bent, shoulders are hanging down near my knees. So the box is just flattened against my thighs. Inhale, there's the box, floating half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of my heart. Gorgeous. Turn to face you into Tadasana. So if I stand with my feet underneath my hips, so you can almost feel where your hips are, notice where your knees are, notice where your ankles are, notice where your shoulders are, right? So again, we're standing up nice and tall, the tailbone is long, so the core is feeling lifted here. And my shoulders are right over my hips, right? And then you can play again, well, what can happen with my posture in life? And then how can I fix it, right? So you can almost let it go. And then repair. Let it go. And repair. All right. And roll those shoulders just around a few times. And then standing up nice and tall. Let's just do a little hip flexion. So if I pull the knee up, I'm doing a little hip flexion. Right, so the hip flexor is helping to lift my knee as is my lower abdominals. Good. So now we shall come to the front of our mat and let's start a building standing series, which will involve these two blocks eventually. So again, I'm going to stand nice and tall at the front of my mat. So let us inhale and grow even taller. And then when I exhale, I'm going to step my right leg back and swing my arms open into warrior two, right? So let's catch up again. Let's inhale, we're getting taller. Let's exhale and step ourselves back into warrior two. So feel your legs solid underneath you. This knee is bent, stacked over the ankle. Torso is long, chest is elevated, shoulders are relaxed, arms are teased, and I'm looking out over my left hand. Let's inhale here. So let's talk about what's going on with the box. So my hips are comfortably wherever they are. So for me, I'm here, my hips are right like that. For other people, they may be a little bit more open to the long edge of the mat. Other people might be a little more close to the short edge of their mat. The main thing with the hips is I just want to be where I'm comfortable in this leg posture. But my upper body, my shoulders, I actually want to open to the long edge of my mat. So they're at a slightly different angle, right? So there's my hip and there's my shoulder. So I'm twisting the box a little bit, right? And that's good. So look out the front, inhale here, just feel where you are. So keep the upper body open, keep this shoulder open as you exhale into your reverse warrior. So think about the box shape there. Inhale here. And exhale. Then inhale my arms up. Let's exhale over into a wide arm side angle. So rather than landing on my thigh, I'm going to have this wide arm. And if I wanted a block underneath my hand, I could certainly take that. And it's wide. So once again, notice The shoulders are completely open to the long edge of my mat. My hips are still where they want to be, right? So you can sort of see that relationship. Let's inhale here, or here, and exhale. Now, let's inhale. My next exhale, my body is going to stay where it is, and I'm just going to straighten my legs so I'm in triangle. And I can lift this arm up, and I can look out at this hand. So this top shoulder should feel super open. The hips are where they're comfortable. Inhale here. Exhale, rebend to side angle. And then inhale, come all the way up, and exhale, reverse your warrior. And then inhale, arms up, and exhale, and step out of it. And now your box is completely organized, facing the short edge of your mat. Let us inhale nice and tall. Exhale, step the left leg back, sink into warrior two on the second side. Same thing. Really open the shoulders to the long edge of your mat, but leave your hips comfortably wherever they are for you. Everybody is likely to be slightly different here. Let's inhale here. Exhale. See what happens to the shape of the box as you exhale into a reverse warrior. Keeping the left shoulder open. Inhale, my arms up. Exhale over into side angle, open armed. Have a block if I like that. Then inhale here, really keep this shoulder open, and exhale and straighten and look, and so you come into triangle, look up at your hand, which adds a little balance challenge. Then inhale here, exhale to rebend into side angle, then inhale up and exhale over into reverse warrior. And inhale up and exhale, step out, and everything's organized, facing the front of my mat. So I'm trying to increase the awareness of kind of what our shape is in different positions. So we're going to go back through, and we're going to add on a warrior 3.5 moon, which is why I want the blocks. So by now, let's have the blocks at the tall height, right in front of your mat, to catch your hands when it's the right moment. All right. So here we are. We're going to go through that cycle that we just did, and then we'll add on each side. So I'm going to step the right leg back next. I'm going to inhale nice and tall. Exhale, step my right foot right back, right into reverse warrior. So let's skip warrior 2. Exhale here. Just cycle breath. Inhale up. Let's exhale over into my wide arm side angle. And inhale here. Exhale into my triangle. So I've straightened the leg, opened the shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale, rebend to side angle. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, reverse it. And then inhale up. Now I'm going to turn towards the short edge of my mat. And I'm going to turn my shoulders so they're aimed there. And my hip might move a little bit at first, but it's up to me how much I want to move my hip. And I feel a little bit like I want to reorganize, so I'm just going to reorganize underneath me. So I'm ready to go because I'm thinking more of a warrior 1-like place first. So inhale up. And then when I exhale, I'm going to exhale flat back over to put my hands on the block. And then once my hands are on the block, I'm going to inhale and then exhale and lift my leg up into my warrior 3. So warrior 3 with hands on blocks. So my back is flat, and I have straightened my hip. So my hips are now square. So the box is now square and aimed down parallel to the floor. Let's inhale here. Now my next move is to exhale and open into a half moon, which means my hand is I'm going to be on my left hand as I start to open my shoulders and then open my hip and lift up my arm and open to half moon. So the box is now facing the side of my room, but everything, hip and shoulders are in the same direction. And then I want to drop everything back down again and restore to my warrior 3. Inhale here. And then exhale to step back into my reverse warrior. Beautiful, inhale up, and let's exhale and step out, and then just walk around or change the channel. Okay, good. And then we'll go second side. So there's a lot there. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna do the second side, and then we'll do both sides again, just so we have a chance to really get it in our bodies. Okay. So standing up nice and tall, inhale. Exhale, step the left leg back, take me right into reverse warrior. Inhale my arms out, exhale me over into side angle, straight arms. Inhale, and then exhale me into triangle, straight leg. Inhale, bending my knee, exhale me back into side angle. Then inhale and exhale, reverse my warrior. And then inhale to face front, reorganize however I want to reorganize. I haven't really changed my hip much yet. I'll change it as soon as I get into warrior three. So inhaling here, exhale is a flat back that's going to come down to connect me to my block. And then inhale and come on up and square the hip in your warrior three. And your shoulders are square, so the box is reshaped. Inhale here, and then exhale, and then inhale, and right arm is going to support as I open my right shoulder and open my hip and look to the side of my room. Adjust whatever I need to adjust. And there I've got a half moon. The box is facing the back of my room. And inhale here, and then exhale. And re-square to warrior three, feeling strong. Inhale here, and then exhale and step me back. Whoop, step me back into reverse warrior. And inhale up and exhale and step out. Once again, just really shake everything out. So let me check the time. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we will use reverse warrior, and then we'll go into warrior three and half moon. So we'll take out the side angle and the triangle. We'll take those two things out. So I'm going to inhale nice and tall, front of mat. I'm going to exhale, step me back into reverse warrior. Feel everything there. I'm going to inhale up and face the front. I'm going to exhale, bow down, hands on blocks, lengthen my back, so I'm really ready for this inhale here, and then exhale, lift me up into warrior three. Hips are square here to the parallel to the floor. Let's inhale here, and then exhale and open up into my half moon. So opening my shoulders, opening my hip. Beautiful. Then exhale, come back down. Inhale here, square, and then exhale, step me back into reverse warrior. And inhale up and exhale out. Great. And we'll take this one more time. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, step back, reverse my warrior. Inhale, facing the front. So square my shoulders, my hips come a little bit for starters. Inhale here. Exhale, flat back, connect to my hands, and then squaring, lifting up into warrior three. So my hips are square to my shoulders, parallel to the floor. Inhale here. And then exhale and come and open into your half moon. So your shoulders open and your hips open to the back of my room, wherever it is for you, and inhale here, and then exhale and return to warrior three, that shape. Inhale here, and then exhale, step back, one more time, reverse warrior. And inhale, arms up, and then you can step out of there. That was a load of fun, all right? So let us come into, let's use chair. We'll use chair for a little more twisting action. So standing facing you hip width apart, hands in Anjali Mudra right in front of my heart. Let's inhale, be tall. Exhale, sink into your chair. And it can be as high or low as you want it to be. So it can be a little bit, kind of a quarter way down. It can be all the way down. It can be all the way down to being parallel to the floor. So wherever you want to be is where you're going to take your chair. And let's inhale here. Let's exhale. Let's turn the shoulders and come into the twisted box position to the right. And inhale, center. And exhale, twisted box to the left. And inhale, center, and you can come on up. All right, let's play with a couple more of these sort of square positions. The front of the mat. I like this pairing of humble warrior and pyramid. So that's what we're going to do next. The arms will be in a slightly different position. So let's inhale nice and tall. And then exhale and clasp your hands behind you. And clasp them in kind of the regular way, the most comfortable way to clasp your hands. There's an uncomfortable way to clasp your hands. All right, great. And let's inhale nice and tall. And exhale and step my left foot back. And it's on, and front knee is going to bend. So I'm in a warrior one like position, right? So the heel is down. And I'm pretty square to the front of my mat, if that's comfortable, but be comfortable in the hips always. Let's inhale here. Let's exhale, bow forward for humble warrior. So my knee's going to stay bent, and I'm going to bow myself forward as low as I go. My shoulders roll back, my arms reach up behind me. And that's an exhale. And inhale, my shoulders help to lift me up. Next time, exhale, bow. This time, straighten the leg into pyramid pose. Go as low as is comfortable for you. And inhale, back up. Let's alternate that. So rebending the knee as I come up, right? And then keep the knee bend as I exhale over into humble. And inhale up. And then exhale over into pyramid. So I straighten the knee as I go down. And I rebend the knee as I come back up. And one more time, I'm going to go over into humble. Almost forgot. And inhale up. And then exhale over into pyramid, straightening. And then rebending as I float back up. And then inhale and exhale, step forward. And we'll get ready for the second side. So inhale tall, exhale, clasp now the awkward way. So there's kind of like, there's the normal way, and then there's the awkward way. So clasp the awkward way. And roll your shoulders back and lift your arms back behind you. Okay, inhale tall, exhale, step back into your warrior one position. So inhale, you're tall, your front knee is bent over your ankle. And then exhale, bow, humble warrior, arms lift up, shoulders roll back. Inhale up, knee stays bent. Exhale forward, straightening as I bend forward, pyramid. And then inhale up, bending, rebending the knee. Humble warrior, exhale, bow with the bent knee, humble warrior. And inhale up, exhale, bow and straighten, pyramid. And inhale up. Last one, exhale to bow for humble warrior. And inhale up. And exhale for pyramid. And inhale up. That rebends, and then exhale and step out completely. All right, beautiful. We'll go back down to the ground. So let's inhale, front of mat, and exhale. Let's inhale, my arms come up. Maybe there's a little back bend here. Exhale, forward fold. Feel the shape of the box. Inhale, half lift. There it is again. Exhale, forward fold. And then take your knees back behind you. And let's sit with our legs straight out in front of us. Tadasana. So sit up nice and tall. So again, my shoulders are here, right? I'm not forward in any way. I'm right stacked, shoulders over hips. And let's lift up so our feet are stretched out and our hands are stretched out. So let's point both our feet and our fingers and flex both. And point both and flex both. Kind of releasing ankles and wrists after the work. All right, so we have a little more exploring of this bird dog like idea. So I want to come around to all fours first. So we did, let's do a little more bird dog here first. So square your shoulders, square your hips to the ground. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, come in. Right arm, left leg, come back in. Repeat that. So we'll do 3 of these. Beautiful. So now I want to lift myself up into a plank. So get yourself organized so that you're in a plank. And I want to think about a bird dog in plank. And this is much harder, right? This is much harder. So one of the things I could first do is inhale here, exhale, lift my right leg, put it down, inhale, exhale, lift my left leg. So just do your legs first. That's plenty of work. All right, take the knees down, just take a little break, sit back for a little bit. And then think about whether you can do a full bird dog, but if you can't, just stick with the legs, or you can revert and just do the arms, right? So you can do it either way you want to do it. So taking myself up in a plank. So if I'm going to do full, I'm lifting opposite arm, opposite leg, and try to stay in my plank. It's a lot of work, so you can see how I'm working. So take it as you like it. One more time each. All right, let's settle back to a child's pose. Ooh, and just relax here. So feel the box just kind of prone on your thighs. All right, let's come back up. Let's just explore a little bit more this box shape in gate pose. So it's another kind of taking it to the side. So I'm going to kneel on my mat, lift up. So it's just like I'm standing, right? My knees can be right under my hips. Just like I'm standing, my shoulders are right over my hips. So the box is active. And let's take my right leg out to the side. Inhale my arms up and side bend first towards the leg. So twisting, bending the box to the right. And then inhale up. Now exhale and stretch the box over to the left. I like to take my shoulder blade underneath my armpit here. So I'm really supported. Here I am in a supported side plank. I can stay like this. I could test it like this, or I could come up into a full Vashisthasana if I like. So look at the box here. All right. Take the knee down if you had lifted it up. Come on up, come on in. Boogly, boogly, boogly. And we'll go second side. Inhale, nice and tall. Stretch the left leg out. Inhale up. Exhale, side stretch. Twisting not twisting the box, but bending the box to the left. Inhale up. And exhale, drop my hand down. So bring my right shoulder blade underneath my arm, and I'm here, or I take a full Vishrasana if I like it. And then come on up, wiggly wiggly, and we will work our way back down to supine. So coming down and around, nice and organized. And so do any movements that you need to do till you feel that box shape really even, so the flashlights would flash up from the shoulders or the hips. All right, and then hug those knees in, rock your sacrum. And then let's stretch the left leg out long, stretch the right leg up straight, perpendicular. Where if you don't have a straight leg, that's perfectly fine. And let's point both toes here. So feel the squareness of the hips, so they're not going to move at all. And then let's flex the feet and then just switch the two leg positions. So I'm going to lower the right and lift the left. Once I get there, point, flex again and switch. Point, flex and switch. Point, flex and switch. Point, flex, switch. Point, flex and switch. Point, flex, switch. Last time I'm going to point and flex and I'm going to switch. Beautiful. So once again, bring both knees in. So let's decide on a shape for the twist today. And I think that banana is going to be our friend with this box idea. So what that means is that you can start with putting your feet down on the ground. What I want to do is I'm going to move my hips over to the right and stretch out my legs. So I'm trying to make a banana shape with my body. And my right leg can cross over my left leg, and then take my arms up and take my arms over towards where my feet are, and my right arm's on top of my left arm. So I've made a banana shape. And just breathe here and just notice what the box is doing, because it's definitely pulled, it's definitely curved, right? But it still is box-like here in banana. And we're just going to breathe here for a few moments. Okay, so arms and straighten your upper body out first, then undo your leg and take yourself completely back to center next. Great. And then we're going to get ready to go the other way. So pull my feet in first. I want to push my hips over to the left, straighten my legs on that angle, left leg on top of right leg. Then take my arms up and twist my upper body a little bit till my left arm's over my right arm. And there I am, banana number 2. See how the box feels here. Feels any different than it did on side 1. And we'll have a few moments of stillness in banana. Body comes out, leg comes out, just come around. Just lie here for a moment, just have a little mini savasana. Just notice how you feel. And we're moving towards Savasana. So let's go ahead and bend the knees, grab the feet. Let's have a little happy baby here. So any motion you need in a happy baby, you can of course take any other motion your body's asking you for right now. If there's something else your body requires before Savasana. And then when you feel ready, you may lengthen your legs and lengthen your arms down by your side. If you turn your palms up, I find that's a nice invitation to feel the shoulders open. And then if, once I've done that, if I want a hand on a heart and a hand on my belly, I certainly can take that too. Or any other arm position that feels comfortable to you. Just encouraging the shoulders to be open. And let's come into our breath here. Once again, noticing as the breath enters the lungs and the diaphragm activates the ribs, the connection to the shoulder system. Gradually inviting your breath to deepen the diaphragm down towards your hips into your lower belly. Really feeling how the inhalation pops out the whole torso. The exhalation draws everything back in. Just be noticeable of that inside the box shape. Let's stay with our breath and we'll be still for a few moments for Savasana. into some movement of ankle and wrist. And then that can go up the body into stretching of limbs. So today, to come up, let's everybody just roll over onto your right side. I need to pivot around to roll over onto my right side. So let's just roll over onto our right side. And head is on my arm. My knees are stacked. This hand is here. And just notice how the box is kind of there, right? But maybe my shoulders are a little smushy, right? So again, just having the awareness of what is the shape of my torso in different positions. You can stay here for a moment, just breathe and be comfortable. Almost could nap here. All right, now stretch out your leg as a way to kind of activate your shoulders. And you can use this hand to press down. But as soon as you start pressing down, see if you can square your shoulders as you come up. Just see how that feels. You can square them as you come up. And then sit up nice and tall and deposit your shoulders right over your hips. And honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm leaning back, right? As opposed to leaning forward or being bent forward. All right, so finding that. Let's have some final cycles of breath together. I'm going to inhale through my nostrils and sigh it out. Exhale with an open mouth. So let's inhale. Exhale, really sigh it out. Relax the whole box on that side. And inhale and exhale. Exhale. So thank you for joining me for this box exploration today. I've got one more thing to share with you after I officially bow to thank you for attending today. So I want to just pivot the computer so you can look at me seated. There's not really a chair in this room, but there's a Pilates bench I can sit on. So I want to just give us just one more notion of paying attention to the fact that what tends to happen when I sit. And this is a little lower than a normal chair, but in any case, notice how when I sit, I'm often, something like this because I'm on a computer and I'm not thinking about it, as opposed to I could be on a computer like this, which is what I try to do these days. But just kind of notice that tendency to go forward towards the object. We always want to place the computer at a good height and for our sight and for everything so we can have good posture. But the other thing I might tend to do seated is cross my legs, right? So now I'm twisting the bottom part of my box, right? So I'm often like twisting like then, and I could end up anywhere, right? Sitting. So you've probably sat like this, right? So kind of just noticing, taking the box into our seated position and noticing what the shape is that we're making. And if it collapses, can I reinflate it if I've collapsed it? That's what I'm thinking about today. So thanks for your attention.